All right, guys, I'm going to show you how I build this simple, easy planter box that is nothing fancy. It is a dual planter box with a 24-inch height at the bottom, 36-inch height at the top. And the cool thing about this is that this is for a raffle for a back-to-school fundraiser. So I'm actually giving this away. I'm not making any profit, but you can build it and make profit. So stay tuned, follow, subscribe if you enjoy the content at the end. More builds to come. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of DJC Custom Woodworks. And as you see, I'm in the middle of a project, so I'm not going to bore you to death with a long intro. We're hopping right into it. As you guys just saw, I already have one of the panels already made. This one is actually a dual planter box. It's going to be one shorter than the other. So one is a 24 by 36. The other one is a 36 by 36 with a privacy back to it. So as you guys see here, what I'm essentially doing is just pretty much using some scraps I had left over. I try to use as much scrap as I can, but nothing too crazy or out of the ordinary, because sometimes they're warped or they're twisted, or maybe you guys have seen me looking at these a few different times, and I'll try to trim down to make the use of them that I can. If I can't use them for the bottoms of the inside of planter box, then I just toss them, because there's really nothing else I can do with them, because I've already made the projects that I've made previously to this. So this is just me trying to maximize the leftovers. And as you guys know, there's so many different ways that you can make planter boxes. I just make them how I think they should go. Make my legs first, and then I'll put the cross pieces in. I do use a little clamp to hold things in place, and that keeps it more straight. I try to be as exact as I can when it comes to these. It's not 100% right every single time, but it sometimes works. As you see, I'm having a little trouble with my nail gun here, but I just picked up the Milwaukee M12 18 gauge nail gun, because I was having issues with the Ryobi one. It was just misfiring. So I picked this one up here a little while ago, and I definitely appreciate it a lot better. Lighter, it's easier to maneuver, not as bulky as the Ryobi, so it's a lot nicer to me. So as you guys see, I do some screws and nails in mine, just a little extra security. I might not need them. Most people that I've seen make these don't use them, but I like to use them for mine, just to give a little added strength to it. So essentially, it's literally overkill. It's wood glue, brad nails, and screws. So yeah. Again, overkill, but who's keeping count? Alright, guys, as you see here, I'm simply just measuring the opening on the other side, make sure it's 36 inches. And again, reusing the boards I already have that I've been cut already, trying to maximize their use the best way I can. So as you see here, just laying some glue down inside of them just to get those other cross pieces going across. Now, I do try my best to keep the cuts aligned or as similar as possible. Like, I try to use the same board around the corners, right? Because usually a board will give me a front for 36 and both the sides. It won't give me that back piece. So usually if the back piece is a different plank, if I have to use a different plank, I usually put that on the back so it doesn't see. That way the sides, the front look very similar to it. So now, guys, here you see me. I'm just trying to figure out the height I wanted to go with for the back planter box, because again, it's a dual. One sits lower than the other. And I was just trying to figure out the height. That's pretty much it. I really kept going back and forth about how tall I wanted to make it. I wanted to make it just a little bit taller, a lot taller. I finally settled on making it 36 inches tall, because I was trying to think of if someone, most of the time with planter boxes, it's mostly for women. Women are the ones who are most of the time using it. Every now and then you get a guy customer, but mostly it's for women. So I was trying to keep in mind the average height of a woman and what would make it easier for her to put the topsoil, the plants, and all those kind of things. So that's kind of how I set it on a 36 inch for the height of the back planter box. And then here I'm just ripping down some pieces to make sure they're all the same. It's easier to do it all at once than it is to wait until you finish it, try to do it. But I've noticed that every time I build a planter box, there are little things that I pick up on that I save time with. So this is what I'm doing right now, like, which is making the legs. So now that I got the legs made, my back one is the length of the privacy fence height wise. That's why that back piece is longer. Now I've seen people do it a couple different ways. I just made mine one straight piece. So again, that is end up being 6.5 feet tall. I want to say I did it just to give it that privacy, if you will, right? So I didn't want to make it too tall because honestly, no one wants a 8-foot tall privacy screen unless it's going against a wall somewhere and they want to put stuff on and things like that. So that's how I settled on 6.5 feet. So it was a little bit challenging maneuvering it around. I will tell you that. I didn't think about that at the time, but thankfully I made my workbench that I made it pretty large. So it's a 36 by 7.5 or 8. I think it's 8. So yeah. So luckily I have enough space for it. Now this is something I picked up on, which is putting the trim piece on the bottom. I've seen people before, they'll do it toward the end and they just use brad nails. I like doing brad nails and screws because I think that's where the topsoil is going. So it's going to be pretty heavy. And I want to make sure that it's secure to the planter box the best it can be, to where there's no issue somebody having some where it breaks. I don't want that call or text or message, if you will. And all I use is 1-inch screws. So everything screw wise are all used with 1-inch screws all the way around. So, and as you guys do see, like I do plane my planner, my planks, so that it makes sense. So this is kind of what it ends up looking like, right? I'm looking at it, I want to make sure the height is right. And then it is the trim pieces that go on. And a lot of times when I'm looking at my trim pieces, I'm deciding if I want to be the lazy way and just do them square, or if I want to do 45 corners. The bottom one, I decided to just do a square in the back, 45s in the front. It was just easier, right? No one's really paying attention to it, honestly. And I tried my best to make sure that all of the trim pieces are the same plank, so the way it looks all unison, it all looks together, right? So I did try to make sure I did it that way. Now when I made my planks, I have a overhang for mine. Overhang mean like I have an overhang to where the back overhangs in the front, but on the inside it's all flush. So I wanted to make sure that it wasn't getting caught up on something or accidentally pulling it, you know what I mean? So I made it so that the trim pieces are all flush. And that's what you saw me just staring at. I'm just staring at to make sure that, like, hey, which option do I want to go with? And then here I'm just sorting through the planks and seeing which ones actually match, which ones don't with certain pieces. And then these are just the privacy strips I put up. Now I'll tell you, all I did with this is just, they're all mostly these you can kind of like mix up. It doesn't have to be exact same, but I did make sure the spacing was the same. And all it was just me taking a piece that I had scrap that I had left over and just put it in between to make sure they're all the same. As my little buddy coming out here checking my work, tell me what I did wrong. So yeah, he's great at supervising and telling me what I did wrong. So here again, me just staring, trying to make sure I'm doing everything right and making sure I didn't miss anything. And it's honestly probably me just going back to the trim pieces. Honestly, that's what it is, because I'm trying to pre-cut all of those the best as I can and then go ahead and put those on. So as you see, again, it's me just using that scrap piece I was telling you guys about to measure the same distance from all of them with the planks. So that way it's everything is the exact same spacing all the way down. So it actually worked out pretty good. I didn't use any nails for this one. This was just wood. I mean, all just brad nails, 1-inch brad nails. Wasn't it 1 inch? Yeah, 1-inch brad nails. So all the way down. So nothing crazy on this end. Now what I did decide to do was put a little trim piece in front that covers the brad nails. I thought it made it look a little more finished, right? So you can't see the brad nails. It has that piece that goes over, which is the same width piece trim as the leg. So I thought it made it look a little bit nicer. Again, nothing crazy, but it's crazy though if you think about it, because I said I'm trying to cover the brad nails, but I ended up putting more brad nails in order to cover, in order to use the trim piece. So I guess that defeated the whole purpose. But anyway, this is me just again looking at measuring the levelness, because I sit there and I kind of wobbled. I'm like, is it my garage floor that's a wobble? But I think one of the legs kind of warped a little bit, so it made it so where it had a little bit of wobble to it. So yeah. And then here, guys, I'm just putting the finishing trim pieces on it. Again, the front of them I did 45s and just going around just sanding them over. Excuse my butt shot. I wasn't dropping my butt in the camera, but oh well. And then just putting the planks on the floor, on the bottom of it. I did pre-drill like drainage holes in all of them, the exact same spot, because one of the things that I realized my last one was I waited until the end to drill the holes. Like I actually had them installed and I went back and tried to drill the holes. I noticed that if I do it before it looks a lot better when you drill the holes in the same space for all of them. So I did go ahead and pre-drill the holes for drainage through them all and just, place them in. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy, just simple. As you see, that's me over here doing the pre-drilling the holes before I put them in right there. Again, another butt shot. Sorry, guys. And here we have the finished project, guys. It's pretty nice, turned out really good. I'm very proud of it. Again, this is going to be given away in a raffle off for kids' school supplies. So even though I didn't do it for any kind of money, but I did it for a good cause. So that's the finished project, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Give me a like, a follow, comment, guys. Again, I'm still just a hobbyist, so at best. So thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe.